We hope you enjoy the following video presentation sponsored by the C.S. Lewis Foundation. We are a nonprofit organization with a mission to equip and encourage Christians to live their faith within the world of ideas and arts. To help us continue to host events and make videos like this one, please make a donation after viewing the video by going to www.cslewis.org or clicking the link below. Thank you.
It's time for our whimsy, and it's a delight for me to introduce to you Jennifer Rothschild. She's a recovering perfectionist, one day at a time, right, Jennifer? Who has learned to live beyond the limits ever since her life drastically changed at the age of 15 when she lost her sight. She encouraged me to point out to you that she's blind. Now, more than 30 years later, she boldly, compassionately teaches women how to find contentment, to walk with endurance, and to celebrate the ordinary. As a speaker, an author, an accomplished singer-songwriter, she travels internationally, as we can see, offering fresh, sensible, biblical advice to audiences who, like her, are determined to pursue healthy and fulfilling lives in spite of, through their circumstances. She has shared her practical and inspiring messages to arena-sized audiences across the United States and in media outlets including Dr. Phil, Good Morning America, Life Today, The Learning Channel, and the Billy Graham television special. Jennifer is an avid listener of audiobooks, a C.S. Lewis junkie. I'm afraid you'll find no recovery from that here. And a weakness for dark chocolate and robust coffee. Simply said, she's one of us. She and her own Dr. Phil live in Springfield, Missouri, and have two sons, Connor and Clayton, and a lovely daughter-in-law, Caroline, who's here with us today. When not traveling, Jennifer enjoys nature walks and riding a bicycle built for two. She assured me that her husband's always on the front part of that. She's the author of 10 books, including the best-selling Lessons I Learned in the Dark, Self-Talk, Soul Talk, and the popular Me, Myself, and Lies Bible study, and her recently released book, God is Just Not Fair. The joy of the Lord is our strength, so let's be strengthened by the joy that Jennifer will bring to us now. Please welcome Jennifer Rothschild.
Thank you, Andrew, and to all of you wonderful colleagues in the C.S. Lewis junkie religion. I'm just kidding. I know we're here because of Christ, but I am so grateful for the C.S. Lewis Institute and what they have provided for us. And I must admit, being here with everyone who is so erudite and scholarly, I feel like I need to share with you that I got a PhD. I married him 27 years ago. The best kind. I want to share with you during this time, I want to draw for you 4 word pictures. So observe. First word picture. I'm 15 years old. I wake up in the morning and I immediately turn on the radio and Debbie Boone begins to sing, You Light Up My Life. I take my sketch pad to school with me and I am constantly sketching the faces of my friends, studying the nuances of the way their mouth might crease when they smile or their forehead become furrowed when they're thinking, and I exaggerate those features in order to create caricatures of them to capture their personalities. I am asked to draw and create the banner that we were to use on field day. And so with my friend Susan, I walk to the gym, and I have a brand new white bed sheet still in its packaging. When we arrive in the gym, I open the packaging and I unfurl that white bed sheet onto the floor of the gym, and I kneel before it, and with my sharpest pencil, I begin to sketch a lion. And as I sketch this lion, I begin to notice there's some dust on the top of the sheet. And so I quickly begin to wipe it away and it remains. So as I'm kneeling, continuing to sketch the lion, I notice that over toward the top right-hand side of the sheet, it looks as if someone has taken a Sharpie and smudged dark streaks on the top of the sheet. And I again try to wipe it away, and it remains. And I look to my friend Susan, who is helping me, and I say to her, I cannot believe that this bedsheet is so dirty. It was brand new. To which Susan says, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a perfectly white bedsheet. Second word picture. My math grades begin to plummet. I can't see so well to read my textbooks and my Bible. I look in the mirror and my facial features are disappearing. I go to the eye doctor. I go to the eye hospital. After 3 days of testing in my eye hospital, I am sitting in a room with some doctors and researchers where they explain to me that I have a disease in both of my eyes called retinitis pigmentosa. Legally blind, they say. They finish by telling me the prognosis: blindness. That word falls to the bottom of my soul, and it scrapes everything and loosens everything that was once moored and safe and secure and predictable, and I'm silent. So are my parents. We get in the car to drive home, and I sit in the back seat, and I can see my daddy's knuckles as he grips the steering wheel, and he's steering us home to that place that is safe and predictable, and he's silent. I see the back of my mom's head, and I wait for her to say something, and she's silent. I feel my own fingertips, and I think, am I going to have to read Braille? And I'm not going to be able to be an artist. We finally arrive home, and as we pull into the driveway, I walk into my living room and I sit right down at our old upright piano that my mom bought at a garage sale for $100 when I was in the 3rd grade. And as I sit on that squeaky stool, I begin to play. And the silence is finally broken as a song fills my living room that flowed from heaven and filled my heart and flowed through my fingertips. It is well with my soul, I played. I can't see the sheet music anymore, but I don't need the sheet music anymore. I kind of think a miracle has happened on the piano stool, that I played "It is well with my soul." But I also think a greater miracle is occurring. And it is not only that I played "It is well with my soul," but it is that it truly is well with my soul when it is not well with my circumstances. Third word picture. I'm an adult. I'm married. I have 2 sons. I am learning how to be a wife and a mom and an emerging writer and speaker, and learning how to gain my self-esteem from the objective truth of who God says I am, rather than what I can see or not see or achieve or not achieve in my own abilities. I'm getting ready to go speak to a group of women. And as I'm getting ready, I am having such a hard time fixing my hair. And I am just working it and working it and working it and working it. And finally I realize I need to stop working it because it ain't working. And I know it looks bad. Even though I'm blind, I know when my hair looks bad because ugly has a texture. And so I think, I know what I will do. My friend gave me her free samples of eyeliners and lip liners. And I don't typically wear lip liner, but how hard can it be? And I'm so grateful she has separated them for me. So I pull out my lip liners and I apply my lip liner. And I go ahead and I pull out the eyeliner and I apply my eyeliner. And suddenly, I am feeling so much more attractive. And so I leave my bathroom and I have to walk through my living room where my son is playing a video game. And so as I walk by the living room, I say something to my son. And he evidently removed his eyes from that TV screen and he looks at his mother. And that boy said to me, "Mom, your lips are black." Well, I didn't think it was as funny as you do. And so I said, "My lips are not black. This is called raisin lip liner. You are just not used to it." And he goes right back to playing Super Mario. The garage door begins to lift. I scurry to the garage because that's where my husband Phil is picking me up. So as soon as I get to that kitchen garage door and I put my hand on the handle, I begin to pull it toward me. And just as I do, my husband is about to enter also. And so we meet threshold face to face with more panic than I've ever heard in my husband's voice. He says, "Jennifer Rothschild, your eyes are flaming red." And I realize I have mixed up the two. I have learned lessons in the dark. One of the most practical I feel on that day is that if you are having a bad hair day, if you will put some eyeliner on your lips and some lip liner on your eyes, no one notices your hair. When it is not well with our circumstances, sometimes we have to laugh. Not take ourselves so seriously, knowing God takes us very seriously, and it keeps it well with our souls. Third word picture, or maybe it's fourth. I'm sitting on the carpet with my son in his bedroom. And he brought out a new game that he and I can play together because it's really hard for us to find games we can play. He usually beats me. But he found a new game. And he has meticulously taken out the board and he's set up each piece on the board. And as we sit postured, ready to begin the game, I knock over the little men and the little balls are rolling and the dice are flying and our frustration is growing. And I say to him, "Son, you're just going to have to get a new game. This one is not working. Let's get a new game." He dutifully begins to put each piece back in the box. He folds the game board and places it in the box. He sits in silence. He finally puts the lid on the box. And he breaks his silence, and he says to me, "Mom, I don't think God will heal you here on earth." I'm astounded. I have heard that boy pray that God would heal me here on earth. I know how badly he wants me to be able to see. I'm his mom. But he says, "I don't think God will heal you here on earth." And so I ask him, "Why? Why don't you think God would heal me here on earth?" And he says, "Because I think God wants you to love heaven more. And if he healed you here on earth, you might love earth more. And heaven is best. It is most well with my soul, even when it is not well with my circumstances. When I view my circumstances through the eyes of eternity. The word picture. I am the light of the world. He who believes in me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, it is not well with our circumstances. Inwardly, day by day, we are being renewed. It is well with our souls, because these light and temporary troubles are working within you, working within me, a far greater weight of glory, because that which we can see is temporary, but that which is unseen is eternal. So let us fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured his cross, despising the shame, and is now sat down at the right hand at the Father, at the very place at the name of Jesus, where every knee will bow and every tongue will confess to the glory of God that he is Lord, and therefore it is well with my soul.